How y'all doing? We back at it again with the Workman podcast. Got your boy Elgin here. Got your boy Christian, my
Yo,
co-host, man. Knocking it out. Let's do this, man.
what's going on? What episode we on, dog?
Man, we on episode 17 of the Workman podcast, bro. We talking about doing your dance. Doing your dance. Yeah. Nah, bro. Tell them folks what it mean to do your dance, bro.
Man, so do your dance is really a unique concept to the culture, right? You know, the culture of us as African Americans or black people, however you want to identify yourself, right? Um, it's like it's a way to really just make sure you're unique to who you are. You feel what I'm saying? So doing your dance, like how you in a club or you might be at a party or something, and they say do your like, hey, bro, do your dance. You know what I'm saying? Like you might do your own little dance in the club or whatever, but nobody else doing it, but you doing it. You feel me? That's your dance. And sometimes I feel like you can relate that to life a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we sometimes we get caught up in trying to figure out what other dance people are doing, as opposed to trying to do our own dance. So really, doing your dance is like, do your dance, bro.
Right.
If you had that circle of people that are with you, they're like, hey, do your dance. Like, do what you do. Do what you do best. That's really what that means.
And it's crazy because it's like it just comes naturally, like it just flows through your body, and your body just naturally start doing something that just feel right for you. Like you don't even necessarily have to make any sense, but then like it gets to a point where like you do it so much that other people be looking at you like, oh, he about to hit his dance, watch, he about to hit that move. Like I got the moves like when my song come on, I hit like the little crazy legs or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And then like the first time somebody saw it, it was like, bro, what is he doing? And then like I saw him again, I did it again. It was like, oh yeah, he hitting the crazy legs. There you go. Like, but it's like you kind of gotta. People ain't gonna believe it at first. You feel me? But once they see you consistent with it, and like you really like fluid with it, you confident, they gonna start believing in it. You feel me?
Like the time, like think about it, bro. You was doing it on the field too. Remember, like you would just start doing it, and everybody was like, "What L doing?" But then when you was doing it more and more and more, then other people really like a couple people started hitting that bit, or they'd be like, "Hey, L, hit that bit." Hit that. And now they encouraging you to do your dance because you do it so much, and you see how comfortable you are with doing what you do and what you like to do. Now they're starting to encourage you, and I think that's how we gotta like look at life too. When it comes to our skill sets, when it comes to what we're passionate about, when it comes to what we want to do in life, you got to be comfortable with being in your own skin and doing what you do best. Because, we get caught up in just really focusing in other places, you know what I'm saying? And not really focusing on us and what we need to do to progress ourselves. And now that causes a limitation on our capability. And that's what holds us back most of the time. Especially with social media, all that stuff. Like we're so busy looking at other people do their dance, like whether it's working out, whether it's nutrition, whether it's, finance or anything else, right? We compare, we live in a world of comparison. Like we're just comparing ourselves with everybody when we should just be trying to be our best self.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah. So pretty much this episode, we're going to go through what it means to do your dance, why you need to find your dance and how to do that. We're going to tie it into business, also, finances. Like some people might be better at trading stocks, or some people might be better at real estate. Some people might be better at just selling something. Like everybody know a natural is just salesperson, a person who used to sell candy in high school or something like that. And it's like now everywhere they go, they're just really good at selling, but they might not be the best at, investing or picking a good stock or something like that. But they don't necessarily have to be because they talented at what they good at. You feel me? So it's just finding like your niche in the market to where you can like make a living for yourself, have a life where you feel fulfilled and you feel complete. And you also, getting compensated for what you do and what you're great at. So yeah, man, let's get into it, bro. So like, if you could say, like for you, what would you say, like you doing your dance, what would you say that is?
I think honestly, bro, what I realized, just with what we've been doing with the podcast and just thinking about all my interactions with people in my life, I've realized that my dance is really being able to take in information, retain it, and then regurgitate it and communicate it to other people to the point where they understand, like at the most simplest and basic level. You know what I'm saying? And being able to, no matter how long it take me to study it or understand it, I know once I understand it, I'm gonna be able to go ahead and spit it back to somebody else, whether you in a Fortune 500 company or whether you down back in the hood. Like I feel like I make a lot of things make sense that a lot of times wouldn't make sense in different spaces. You feel me? So my ability to my interpersonal skills, I would say, is my dance, right? Being able to translate across all those different spectrums
So
when it
like,
comes to the
how
environment.
would you tell a person who, I guess, fresh out of college, or a young person, or even an older person, really,
Mm-hmm.
um, like they trying to determine like what their dance is like. They've done a lot of stuff in their life, but they just can't seem to find out like what's their direction, or what's that dance for them. Like, how would you break down the system, or like how they should approach finding out what that is?
I would think the first thing you need to like kind of look at is externally, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
what are the different things that I've done? So maybe you make a little list, right? The things that you've done the most consistently, like whether it's something in a sport, whether it's something with school, whether it's okay, I always find myself cutting the grass, I always find myself washing cars, and you go down that list of things that you see you do right the most. But then out of those things that you see you do the most, then you say, okay, out of all these things, what doesn't feel like I'm doing any work, right?
Right.
What comes more, what's natural, right? And so out of everything that I've done, like from going to school, from playing baseball to my own relationship, everything, I realized that my niche was being able to connect with people
Mm-hmm.
and really be able to talk to people, being open with people. I'm a social butterfly. Some may say, I can walk into a room and be comfortable with just talking to somebody I don't know, and then building a relationship.
Mm.
You feel me? So that's for me specifically, right? And then from there, then once you identify what comes naturally, now you have to, because there may be multiple things that you're naturally good at, or you find yourself doing naturally. Now it's like, okay, out of these things that I do naturally, what do I find myself being the most passionate about? Right.
Mm.
That's when you go into the passion, then you go into the why. And once you find those things out, the passion and the why, then you're gonna get the how. The how gonna be the easiest part because now you've identified the base. You see what I'm saying? And then that flows into everything else. I feel like that for me, that's what the process would be as far
kind
as
of like
breaking
kind
it
of like
down.
reverse engineering it, seeing, all right, I've lived this long, and these are the list of accomplishments that I've gathered, my whole life, or these are the
Mm-hmm.
list of things that I've been consistently performing, and pretty much just reverse engineering that and saying, so like, what's the common traits that are part of these activities that I've been consistently been able to do, perform high at, and get recognized for it, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody come up to me and like, dang, bro, just the way that the way that you do that, and just gathering all that information and kind of like mixing it and seeing where that slot kind of lays as far as like something that you really love to do,
Right.
in that realm. You feel me? Yeah, I like that, bro.
Right.
Cause like that's really how I looked at it, bro. Not too long ago, like before we even really thought about this whole do your dance thing, like I was just thinking back, and I got my notebook out and I just wrote down every single accomplishment I ever like got in my whole life. And it's like all of the accomplishments kind of like stemmed around like inspiration, or kind of like just standing out in some kind of way and like leading, you feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
it kind of made me feel like, my purpose in this earth is just to lead and to drive thoughts in the right direction, drive energy in the right direction, because we in a world of full of distraction. You feel me? There's always a wrong decision to make. There's always something to do other than, the thing that's going to propel us to the future, to where we need to be and become the people that we want to be and strive to be. But we always have to have, those people in our lives that kind of like refocus us, get us back in the right track. Like when you see them, they don't even have to say nothing. It's just the way that their aura around them, you kind of just feel it. And it's like, hey, like that's the type of person I need to be hanging around. That's the type of person that I need to be talking to, just communicating with, because, at least they have like a path that they on. You feel me?
Right.
And it's not necessarily like you have to, talk to me every single day, but it's like just tap in here and there, listen to the podcast, give me a call, and it's like it's always the same energy, always striving to be better. You feel me? So like that's how I
Mm-hmm.
feel like my purpose is in the world, just to keep that energy going and have people just kind of feed off me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. And another thing I realized about myself, like, and I'm glad you said that, because I didn't even do that, bro. Like it took for me to have, like I said, it was so natural that I didn't really start thinking about it until you start thinking about, okay, I've achieved these different things, but what do I really want to do? Like, what's my purpose? What am I really trying to do in this life while I'm
Right.
here, even with all the different things that I'm doing? And it wasn't until you kind of brought it up just recently, saying like, even at sometimes before, he's like, bro, you always been a social butterfly. Like, no matter where we went at, you was always talking to somebody. You always knew somebody wherever you went at, whatever. But you was
Every
always
time.
tapped every time. Every time we was
I'd be
always
like, bro,
tapped
this
in
dude
somebody.
talking. Like, bro, I ain't never even seen this person.
For real. And I didn't even really notice it because it came so natural to me until you brought it up. And then also, just thinking about how we were back in school, you know, just how just thinking about how I was able to retain the information that we was learning in school in like that short amount of time, the plays, all the drills we did at practice, everything, like just being able to retain it, and then also helping other people, like teaching other people that information. Because we not only was we doing it like just me and you, we had a whole group, like maybe like 10 people, where it was like, okay, we all was good at something. Like Derek, for instance, who was on the last episode, this man is a numbers whiz. He don't need a calculator for real.
Bro, that's
Like,
crazy that he could do that.
and it's like that's his niche, though.
I'm
That's his
surprised.
skill.
I'm surprised he don't like do like accounting or something like that. I don't know, like something like that,
Because he
because
he
he
he get
just
bored.
he
He
just
know that
really
why.
spits them out, bro. Yeah, accounting is boring though, but
Yeah, yeah,
but nah,
but
bro. Like, okay, so that's the what. That's the, I guess, what doing your dance really is kind of finding your niche. But let's
mm-hmm,
talk about why it's important to have that, because in my opinion, bro, well, not even really in my opinion, the way that the world is going, we going to the digital age now, right?
mm-hmm,
We're going to artificial intelligence. We're going towards, autonomous everything. Like these little small tasks that we've been able to do, and people get jobs for. You can go to college, get a degree to do it. Now a computer can do it, bro. So
mm-hmm,
it's like if you don't find something to where it makes you, I guess, irreplaceable or irreplicable, then you're gonna be stuck in the dust whenever all these computers start coming out and they able to do every single task that you pretty much was taught to do, instead of you doing the thing that nobody can teach us. You feel me? It's
mm-hmm.
the thing that come natural to you, that you do better than anybody else. You feel me? So I think it just gives you like a form of protection against, an unstable economy or an unstable job market. You feel me?
And I agree with you on that. But even going further than that, I really think that also it's really one of those things where you need to do your dance, because that's what's going to make you find that place of happiness that every human being is looking for at the end of the day.
Yep.
We all just want to be happy. And so the only way to do that is to do you, like, do what makes you happy, literally. You know what I'm saying? So, even beyond being able to last in this ever-changing world that we have going on, is also going to give you a opportunity to find your place in the world, and that place is going to be your happy place. Like everybody talks about, go to the
Mm-hmm.
happy place. Can't go to that happy place if you don't know where you want to go, or how you want to do it, or why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like ultimately, in the grander scheme of things, like we're in the shell right now. Like
Yeah.
the spiritual connection that we have, like, I feel like the bond that we have right here is gonna last forever, like beyond the shell that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever we end up
Beyond this
at,
earth.
we're beyond this earth. But that's a part of why we're kind of on this earth, to experience and make those connections and those bonds.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So the only way you can do that and is operating in that space. Like, and I feel like that's we're doing right now. We're doing what we do naturally. We're doing our dance right now by doing this podcast for real, because we realize our goal and our purpose in life is really just to impact people and have great bonds with people. Like I will always, prefer a everlasting relationship with somebody over some bread, over some money, because that relationship that you have or that bond that you build with somebody is gonna last longer than that money that you're gonna go for and go make. Because at one point, that person is going to be in a position to even help you make more money than you were if you were just take the money. You see what I'm saying? You may not know it yet, right? But because everybody has their thing that they're good at and they special gifts, right? You never know when that time is going to come. So why not treat everybody with love and try to maintain that connection with everybody? You feel what I'm saying?
I like that thought process. I didn't even think about it like that. But now that you say it, it's like we're never going to be 100% happy if we're living life in the lens of just this world or just this earth. You feel me? Because we were made to be spiritual. We were born as a spirit initially. You know, like what they said. You know, God saw us. You know, in his mind before we even became anything. You know, in the physical, it was all spiritual first. So it's just
Exactly.
tapping into that and figuring out what makes you happy in that way and expressing that through the earth and letting all your work be expressed through your soul and through your spirit. And I feel like that has to come through just time, bro, like time to yourself. Like, and not being
Yeah.
distracted by all the information that's coming in, because brother, you can get so much information that you forget what you even like to do.
Yeah.
You done got 14 different new skills, but you really don't like to do none of them. You
First.
feel me? And it's really unfortunate because you feel like you're starting fresh every other week. You're never consistent on anything. Feel
Man,
like
it's
you
crazy.
always in the newborn phase. You feel me?
That's crazy, bro. Because now that you're saying it, and I'm going back to like the whole started like the pandemic, right? Even like the middle of the pandemic, all this different information just started coming out of nowhere. Like,
Bro, what?
hey, look at crypto. Hey, look at foreign exchange. Oh, did you know you can wholesale? Oh, did you know you can? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like all
bro.
this different information.
They're gonna give you everything.
And it's like now because I'm have to sit down here in this spot and I'm not going as many other places, my mind isn't focused on these other different things in my reality right now outside of my home. Now it's like, okay, you it's also it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because if you didn't know yourself before, you have to have a different type of mindset to develop yourself into a different being, right? And change, like with the information that comes, know how to pick the trees out of the forest. You feel me? As opposed to looking at the whole forest, you gotta look at the trees, because only some of those trees gonna really be able to bear fruit. All the trees in the forest not gonna be able to bear fruit. Only some of them are. You see what I'm saying? So you got to pick your tree. What tree you gonna go to, and that tree is gonna continue to bear fruit if you take care of it. You see what I'm saying? So pick your tree and take care of it, so it can continue
Hey,
to bear
I
fruit.
like that. I like
You
that.
know what I'm saying? So like, you just everybody has something that they're good at, and if you think you don't, you do. You just have to figure it out, and that's what that process is about, right? Just trying to
I
figure
wonder
that
why
out.
people think that they're not good at stuff. I wonder if it's just because they don't like to try it, or they're afraid to try it because they
I
don't even
think
want to
it's
fail.
also exposure.
That
Oh,
too.
well,
Yeah.
it's just the exposure. Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds kind of cutting out a little bit, but yeah, it's also exposure too, because some of us only know certain things. It's like I only know either what is immediately right in front of me, tangible right now, like either my family or my friends are doing. And sometimes if my friends are doing something and I feel like I'm not good at that, right, then I'm gonna feel like I have to do something because that's all I really know. You know what I'm saying? So until we get exposed to that information, we'll never be able to get the will the wheel going to like figure out what
But
is we're
sometimes
actually
it's
good
like,
at.
bro, people nowadays it's like, man, exposure. I feel like that's not even really it's an excuse to an extent because I guess you could be exposed to information but not be exposed to like somebody who's actually done it and somebody who has the experience in it. But I feel like
Right.
nowadays, bro, you can get information on anything you want of some sort.
Right.
Like you can get the initial, you might not get the whole thing, but they're gonna give you like an appetizer at least. You feel me? Like if you want to
Mm-hmm.
learn how to wholesale, you can go YouTube that if you really
Yeah,
wanted to. Or
I feel you.
yeah, if you got a passion for cooking, you can go watch a YouTube video on somebody making a steak or something, and you
Mm.
fall in love with cooking or something. So
It's a
it's
balance. I think it's a balance for real. Like,
I feel like it's
of
got to be something else, bro. It's got to be like
I don't
some
know.
kind of like internal voice, bro, or I don't know, bro,
I
or
think it might be.
distraction or something.
I think it might be just people don't think they're not good at anything. Like they may not think they're good at anything because they don't know who they are as a person. Like that comes with just knowing yourself, right?
Okay, I can see
Because
that one.
I
I
think
can
it's
see
an
that one.
internal thing because sometimes we think about something and it may be something that we can actually go do, but we maybe have insecurities on the inside to make us feel like we can't go do it.
Okay, that makes sense. That
So I
makes
think
sense.
that's like that one underlying thing that we kind of forget about. Like I think it's insecure. It's not
Like
insecurity,
like
but
like that
internal.
person who's like, I'm not a computer person, or I'm not a math person, or something
Right.
like that, because they got an F on one math test that a teacher said that it was wrong the way that they did it because they ain't sure they work, but they got the answer, but they got an F, and now they
Facts.
saying they not a math person, and now they hate doing anything with numbers.
And for all those people, dog, I wasn't a math person, and I'm a whole engineer, dog.
Exactly, bro.
Like
Exactly, bro.
people call me smart, I'm like,
Hey,
bro, yeah, I'm not even
English
good at
was
English.
my worst subject on the ACT. I wrote a whole book.
Facts, facts. English was my best subject. English and reading, like I'm fine. Like I could probably write a book. Like I'm going to write a book. I ain't gonna say I'm probably I can write it. I'm going to write a book.
Yeah, you
I'm going
should
to write a
write a
book.
book.
I got an
It
experience. I
don't
got a
take
story to
long, bro.
tell. Yeah, I
You
got a
just
story
gotta
to tell.
lock in. It don't take long.
Oh yeah,
But nah,
no,
bro.
yeah, facts.
So
But
we talked about the what. We talked about the why. Now we talking about. Let's talk about like, how to determine what's for you. Like we just gonna get some examples because we don't know, who's listening, what you tried before, what you really are good at. So don't take this as, oh, if I'm this type of person, I need to go ahead and go and just start doing this. This is just like a generic kind of just breakdown of, these personality traits usually are successful in these type of arenas. So like there's 4 different types of personalities that they've done studies on. There's a dominant type of personality. There's an interpersonal type of personality, which is like a friendly person. There's a supportive personality, which is a more laid back type of person. And then there's an analytical person that's more into like, I guess, the details and
the
stuff like
technical,
that.
more technical
Yeah.
mind, and yeah, okay.
So you would imagine like the dominant person would be more of like an entrepreneur, CEO, salesperson, and then the interpersonal, like people person would be more of a, let's think like a customer service type of person, like somebody super friendly, like
Mm-hmm.
a real estate agent or something like that. And then your S would kind of be what you think a S would be, because you a S, I think.
Like I'm like high, like I'm like a high S, high I on some
Hmm.
stuff. Um, and I think a S would really be somebody that's um
Probably like a
like a
like a clerk or something like that, like a front desk clerk or something, like supportive to,
yeah,
like an assistant, like an assistant.
like somebody that's always willing to support the people around them. I think in
Yeah,
that aspect, yeah. So something like a clerk or
like
a
a assistant manager or something like that.
right.
Like not the manager, but supporting the task of management type
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then there'll be the C, which would be like a computer programmer or something like that,
Right.
or like an attorney or somebody like that, really into the details, nitty gritty of stuff. Um, Yeah, so like that's just a few examples. There's plenty more. Like if you search your personality type and just take like a personality test and then, loop that back into what type of career paths is good for that type of personality, then yeah, you can figure that out pretty quick. What type of fields you might succeed in. But of course, like always go back to your intuition to decide, what your true, purpose is and where you find happiness and love and peace. 'Cause that's really the ultimate goal for all of us.
Big facts.
What you looking at?
I'm literally looking at this because I'm gonna give the disc assessment because that's what I'm really like thinking about right now. For real. Back to that what we were saying, yeah,
bro.
had me
I was thinking, bro, we might need to just go ahead and like make our own disc assessment and list of jobs that'll be in alignment with that type of person and like different ways like that type of person likes to learn, how to focus as that type of person, what motivates you and stuff like that, and then kind of steer that towards what type of career path you should take, and then help that type of person build a resume or like get the skills that they need to succeed in that field, and then kind of turn that into a stream of income, and then using that income to invest. You feel
Say
me?
less. I don't know where you're going with
So
it.
like,
I'm right here with it. Yeah, I'm right here with it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
that's
we
perfect.
can kind of determine what type of investments you like based on
that
too. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I like that. Man, don't be giving all that juice out like that, bro.
Hey man. hey, they can hear it, but they gotta execute. They gotta execute. Having an idea is the easy part.
Right. You gotta execute that motherfucker.
I know. I already thought about this idea before I even said. I always think about it. If I could execute it, then I'm gonna say it. I know we could do it, but I know it's gonna be difficult and it's gonna be a journey. But
it wouldn't be worth it if it wasn't difficult.
I know that nobody else gonna want to do it because it's gonna take more than just the idea to do it.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, that's why I ain't really tripping about saying it.
Oh yeah, nah, we're super good, dog. We gonna execute. We always execute. We always come out on top, dog.
So when that happens, we're gonna put this replay back out and we're gonna be like, hey, y'all know what's coming.
Yeah, right.
I already mapped it out like how we gonna do each part that we need to do. So
shit, let's put it on paper.
Hey, man,
put it on paper, pen to pad. Let's go execute.
Bro, you should see my notebooks, bro. I write.
I didn't know
all day, bro. Like,
hey, that's what successful people do. They write down their thoughts, their thought processes. Like they write everything down. Like you should see all the notebooks I have up in here, dog. Like of everything.
Ridiculous. Like I got like 12 different notebooks.
Son, I got so many different notebooks and I have them titled and everything. And it's just ideas. Like I went back through some notebooks and I was like, damn, when did I write this down? Like,
right, bro.
I just find it.
There'd be some fire ideas in the notebook, boy.
Oh yeah. That's why I gotta have them. And I keep all my notebooks. I don't throw no notebooks away. I keep all of them. The only notebooks I threw away was the ones after I graduated. I ain't gonna cap.
Bro, you ever like go through your old notebooks and then realize like, bro, like I really did a lot of this stuff like that I wrote down. Because they say whenever you write something down, you have like a 75% higher chance of getting it done than if you just like leave it in your brain, because you actually put that energy into the physical world.
Hey, this I'm gonna show you how amazing that is, like how real it is to manifest something. So in 2000 and it had to be 2020, bro. Like right when I was doing this thing, into 2020, I was sitting down and like, what do I want to do? What are my goals? And one of them was to start a nonprofit. That's in the works. I started and I helped start one.
Crazy, bro.
And now about to be incorporated, dog. And we was bro. It's crazy. But once I wrote it down, I actually wrote it down a couple of times because I had a couple different goal notebooks.
It was really on your mind, like
it was really on my mind because it kept coming down on paper. I'm like, bro, I really want to do this. And that idea actually came out in college, if you think about it, because we talked about it in college. That idea, we talked about that.
We have been talking about that since like sophomore year. Talking about starting a nonprofit out there.
Bro, like we like what? That was like, it was like 20 years old talking about that.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Like, you want to start a nonprofit? What you want to do that for?
Like, where? Like, it says nonprofit. It says you won't get anything. Why you want that? We ain't know, bro. We just really wanted to help, bro. Like we had
that spirit.
We really wanted to help, bro. And we was like all in on it, like really, like, bro, like
we was having meetings, like we was having legit meetings over. Like we be studying in the engineering building, and like
that's crazy, bro.
Like we was like, hey, bro, we like group messages, like, hey, bro, we about to meet up and talk about this, like after we study, like being at 2 a.m. talking about that,
talking about being president of Tuskegee and everything.
On the board of trustees. Now, while you're playing, I might mess around and really do that because I'm gonna have the experience, dog.
Hey, for real though, like we getting solidified, so. Once you get solidified, they gonna want you there too. You feel me?
And then we're gonna play this back again when it happened and be like, remember back in 2022 when we said that? Yeah, we did that.
But it's on the list. Story is write it down. Write anything that you want in this world down. Write it multiple times. The more you write it, the more you solidify it and ingrain it into this earth until it becomes a real physical manifestation. Like whenever I got my real estate license, the first time I wrote it was when I was like 19 in college. That was the first time I wrote it in my notes. Then I started writing it in my notepad. Then I graduated college and I've totally forgot about it. But the fact that it was already in the physical earth, it just came back. Like that energy flowed back to me. I started writing it down again after a year. You feel me? Then I writing it down every other day. Then I just started taking the courses. Then it took me a year to finish the courses because I have a whole full-time job. I got businesses over here. But it was the fact that the energy was so stored up in my body to get this thing done. I had to get it done. You feel me? It was no other choice because it was written down and ingrained so hard.
Bro, on my lock screen, like, and we're gonna go back to the topic, but I just had to say this. My lock screen, I wrote down on a big whiteboard, like when I was really in that mode of just centering myself and finding myself and what I really want to like manifest into this world. And I took a whiteboard and I titled it Dream Big, right? Dream Big. And I wrote all my goals down. I wrote all of them down and I saved it. I took a picture of it and I have it saved as my lock screen.
Dang.
And so every time I open it, I'm like, it's still looking there. Like I'm looking at all of them. Sometimes I find myself just looking at it like, I want to have a net worth of $20 million. Why? I don't know. That's a number I put that came out of my head. I want to be the GM of a Major League Baseball team because I feel like I can do that.
Oh, you really right. Go.
They said dream big, bro, and shoot for the stars, bro. Yeah.
I wrote this yesterday. I recreated my morning routine, bro. And I just started like, I was like, bro, I just want a better morning routine. Like, how can I make it better, son? So like, I just rewrote out some other stuff. And then I got this whole thing right here. And then I got these little sectors of my life that I want to hit every single day. So do something for my body, do something for my emotions, do something for my finances, my relationships, business, my spirit. And then like, that's like the foundation of my day has to be centered around knocking out each one of these sections and doing this morning routine just to get me in the right state of mind. So,
yeah, dog.
Bro, like,
yeah.
Planning is essential. It sounds boring, but like once you get in the flow of planning and then once you see the results of what you get from planning, bro, you're gonna want to do it more and more.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, dog. That was a real gem we just dropped. I hope y'all caught all that.
Nah, bro. Like, that's key. I don't know what it had to do with doing your dance. Maybe that's us doing our dance, planning.
Yeah, that's it. We're just doing our dance right now. It's our podcast. It's our podcast. We can talk about whatever we want to.
Oh, God.
We can feel off course if we want to. This our podcast.
We can turn this bitch on.
Now we're about to come back. We're going to have to finish it off. But
yeah, bro. But nah, man. So we talked about the type of professions, what and why. Trying to think, how can we bring this thing home, like on some closing points type deal?
What about how to do it? Not really the steps, but just actions and thought processes to kind of take. Like,
yeah, hit them with a home run on how to do their dance.
Bases loaded,
bro. We need a grand slam.
Oh, okay, I got you. Don't worry, I'm ready for that. Got my notes and everything. When you preparation is key.
You feel me?
So, but it's just a mindset when it comes to doing your dance, right? Like, you don't just pop out and do it. Like, you got to really want to do it. You have to have the intention to do it. So in order to build that intention, once you finally know what dance you want to do, right? Now it's about executing. Right? That's the how, that's the planning, that's the execution, right? So, first thing you got to focus. And the best acronym I always like for focus is follow one course until successful. And I really truly believe that now, just because of the fact that I've tried doing a whole bunch of different things at one time, right? And it's hard. Like, even if it's you doing two things, like if you're trying to really be big and really like trying to manifest some big things into your life, you got to take this thing one step at a time. It doesn't say follow only one course until successful. It just says follow one course until successful. So once you reach that success, find another course to follow and follow that one till it's successul, right? So you're taking it step by step
until you get that course on its own.
Until you get that course on its own, everything is free flowing, and you're gonna know when it's time for you to go ahead and transition to something else, because you're gonna already it's very spiritual. That's why it's always good to know yourself as a person, because when things are good, or when things are at a certain level, you know when to walk away from things. When things are at a certain point in your life, good or bad, you know when everything is gonna be okay, and you can walk away. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? And just let it be what it is. So just gotta follow it until successful, right? And you're gonna know what that is. And then next, you're gonna have to stay in your lane. Once you follow that course, in order to stay on that course, you have to stay in your lane, right? Think about you driving a car, right? You focus when you're focused on the highway, like think about you in traffic and how many accidents really occur in traffic, for real. Just because everybody's focused on what the next person is doing, right? Like when you're in traffic, most times, especially if like say it's an accident or something, right? You are busy looking at what's going on around you, what the next person's doing, they lane, what they doing. Oh, they going faster than me. Let me speed up. Oh, they slowing down. Let me slow down. Instead of just being like, okay, I got one car in front of me and I'm cool with staying in this lane because the traffic ain't going nowhere. The traffic's here. Let me just stay in my lane real quick. And we all in traffic right now. Like we all in traffic.
Hey man, that's big.
You feel me?
That's big.
Like, so just look at the only thing you should be looking at is what's in front of you, because you don't want to hit that car that's in front of you. You feel me? Only way you're gonna be able to do that is you focused on being in your lane. You dig what I'm saying?
I like that.
So that means
wait, go ahead. Before I give my point. Go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I was just saying that comes with just being comfortable with yourself. That's what part of doing your dance, just being comfortable with yourself and what you're doing. And just to know that, and nobody can be better at what you do best. And once you have that confidence that nobody can be better than you, you're going to kill whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, hit him with what you was about to hit him with.
So like the way I see it, because I'm trying to put it back in the perspective of if you actually doing your dance, like the feeling that you get when you actually doing your dance, like when you hear your song come on and you know you got the moves and you doing your dance, like when you in that mode and you in that flow state, bro, you don't feel or see nothing around you. Like you don't even feel people looking at you. You don't care what nobody think. You don't care what the other man doing to the song. You don't care what nobody dancing like. You don't care about what you about to eat tomorrow. You don't care about what you doing later on. You in the moment of now. You feel me? And it's like we need to get to the point where what we doing, the work that we do, we get in that state of being to where we in a flow to where we don't even sense time no more. We don't feel nothing around us. We don't feel what the news got on. We don't feel the economy. We don't feel the fight that we had with somebody earlier. We don't feel none of that because we focus in the moment doing our dance. You feel me? And then we gonna give off that energy to the world because it's like, dang, I already know he got work in the morning. He got to be up at 6. But he doing his dance though, and he doing it great. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like we got to get straight into that tunnel vision, and it's like just get in that flow state. Like I think that's the key. And once you get there and you realize it, you gonna want to feel it again. You gonna want to continue to do it, and then people gonna see you do it, and they're gonna be like, bro, can you teach me how to hit that? How you hit that move like that? Like, how you did
Exactly.
that? Like, and they're gonna try to get in your flow state, but really, honestly and truthfully, they can't. You feel me? But they can respect what you do, and you can help them figure out what it is they need to do, but it might not necessarily be the exact same thing that you do. You feel me? And that's okay.
Exactly, bro. And it's like, another thing that come with doing your dance sometimes though is like at first people might laugh at you, people might point at you and be like, what this man doing? People might
Like,
record you and be like, man, look at this dude. But if you notice like
exactly.
all those viral videos of people like doing dances and they like people like maybe in the background laughing or whatever, the person on camera really don't care. Like they still
They ain't never stop.
they don't never stop. They still doing it. Like, yeah, I know you see me. Yeah, I'm in there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like the
Like,
dude who just went viral on TikTok. He was just doing his dance. And then
right,
he went viral and now he just do it and like he making money off of just dancing.
right.
Literally just doing his dance literally.
Literally, right.
Like so
Hey
hey
man, it's a
man.
lot of benefits to it, dog. Until you
Yeah,
actually do it though. You ain't gonna never see it until you actually go and do it. You know what I'm
real shit.
saying?
Real
And
shit.
what's I got lastly? Lastly, doing your dance, and that kind of tied into what we just said. You gotta limit the distractions. You feel me? Like you gotta limit the distractions. So when you doing your dance, like you said, you so in that space, you so locked into that space that you don't even know what's going on. Your distractions are limited. You're not even worried about what's going on. That's how you know what I'm saying, that you are doing your dance because you're not worried about
Exactly.
nothing's distracting you from doing what you do. You feel me? So that can be translated into, you know, uh, as a way to like limit those distractions. Just being okay with being yourself, being okay with saying no to people. Like I'm doing my dance. I don't care what you got going on because this is what I feel like doing. Like I'm gonna do this right here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this was best for me. I'm trying to be in my happy place, my happy space. You feel me? And then when it comes to opportunities, it's always like you always want to, you always worry about the yes. You don't worry about the no's. You feel me? Because it's gonna be that one person while you doing your dance over there gonna say yeah, and then that's the one person, and another person gonna see them, and
What
they're
they
gonna be
gonna
like,
say?
oh yeah, they're gonna be like yeah, they're gonna be like yeah, do that. You feel me? And then you go back out there and do your dance again. Then now you've sudden there's three more people that are like yeah, do that dance. Like while all these other people in the room was saying no, you got a couple people saying yeah, and then all of a sudden as you continue to do your dance, because people really, I think really when it comes to doing your dance, people really are scared to do it. They want to see somebody else do it first. And that
Mm.
they want to see them do their dance first. Because then that gives them the confidence to say, okay, if he's doing his dance, all right, let me go do my dance then. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, that's so facts, bro. Cause like that actually happened at a wedding before, and it's like and nobody was on a dance floor, nobody dancing. And all of a sudden, there's one person just go out there and just doing his dance, and it's like everybody
Mm-hmm.
just kind of moved to the dance floor. All right, we
All
doing our
right,
dance,
all
then,
right, all
but
right. Yeah.
somebody gotta lead the way. You feel me?
Exactly.
You feel me? So lead the
Exactly.
way, lead the way.
And I got that. I kind of got that. Like when that energy, I feel like I got that social energy from my mom. I can't even lie, because that person that you talking about that go to dance floor, that's my mama, son. That's
Yep.
what she do.
Hey, let's
Like,
get this thing started.
all right, and just
Somebody gotta
pop,
go.
and that, and it's like that's the exposure, right? When you see like your parent or your sibling or whatever, and see the energy that they emulate and like
Hmm.
that they putting out there, and seeing that they okay with where they at and what they doing. Cause that's one thing about my mama. So she will always like one thing about her, she gonna do her regardless. I don't care what she
Hey,
got going on. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what she ask her. If you're not in the same lane as me, doing this, and that, doing this, that, and the third today, I'm not dealing with you. I'm about to go do what I gotta go do and go home.
you feel me?
And that's how you gotta be. You
That's
know what I'm
facts though.
saying? So yeah, bro. I think that's all I got, man. Like, yeah, bro. We was doing our dance just now. Like this, we've been in
We just
float.
did our dance. We
We've
just did
been
our
we've been in
dance.
flow state. We've been in flow state the whole time.
Locked in.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
that's all we got for today. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars. Leave us a write a review as well. We're gonna go into the reviews periodically, and we're gonna pick out winners. So make sure you do that.
Follow us on the
Also,
IG. Follow us on
follow
IG.
us on IG.
The
Yeah,
Workman
Workman
podcast.
Podcast. Yep.
And
What you
you can
are,
follow
Millionaire Chris.
_millionaire Chris 24
Yep.
on the
Yep.
IG.
Yep.
You feel me?
I'm Elgin Woodside _ on IG, and also go to elginwoodside.com, elginwoodsidejr.com, and go ahead and tap in to our Block History Month for the whole month of February 2022.
Oh yeah. Also tap into Dolo Apparel, doloapparel.com. I got the clothing brand. So most are dropping soon. Just really in the development still, just working it everything out. But we've been doing good. Just promoting and put as much, positivity and love and energy out there. Really get this thing cracking, just to do what we're doing right now, putting our essence in the air, it's on clothing. So that's what Dolo is about. You know what I'm saying? Staying dedicated so we reach the opportunities, because they're limitless when you really get down to it.
Oh no, they really are.
Yeah,
and also, what else I got? Oh yeah, text the community 504-732-8799. Text anything to it. Get locked into the community. We're giving out free value. You feel me? You ain't got nothing free of charge. Yeah, bro, just get with us.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate your time. If you listen all the way through, we love you. Thank you for the support, and y'all have a good night.
All love.